All right, boys and girls. So for today's assignment, we're going to be talking about pollution. So we're going to start off with what is pollution? So let's take a look at the pictures. The pictures kind of give you an idea of what pollution would look like. See a factory, some dirt, and some muddy water. Now, pollution is harmful things in the air, water, or land. So there are three different types of pollution: air, water, and land. What pollutes the air? Well, there are many things that pollute the air. So if you notice over here, you'll see a factory. A factory releases a lot of smoke that goes into the air. Cars can pollute the air. Planes can pollute the air, as well as fires pollute the air. Now, I know that a lot of us use cars, but even though we use cars, we can always minimize how much we use a car. That means that we could start using cars less in order to have less pollution. Smoke from factories, cars, planes, and forest fires. What pollutes water? A lot of the times when we have trash, our trash ends up in oceans and waters. When that happens, you will see right here that there's a buildup of a lot of trash that has come from around the world. Notice that animals get stuck in plastic sometimes, or they eat plastic, which makes them very sick. Wastes. Wastes are things that come from factories. Dirty water is not safe to drink. A lot of the oceans have started being polluted, which means that the ocean water is also not safe. What pollutes the land? Trash. Trash is what pollutes the land. A lot of the trash that we have, and it can harm animals, plants, and soils. So remember, there are three kinds of pollution. There's air pollution, like factories and smoke. There's land pollution, like trash. And there's water pollution, which is pollution that goes into the water. Now, how does pollution harm us? What happens when there's pollution? If you take a look at these pictures, you'll notice the man is coughing. Well, probably because of the smoke around the city that he lives in from the cars or the buses or things around them that creates it, like factories. Sometimes what happens is that we can create a cough because of pollution. The other thing you will see is a polar bear. Well, with polar bears, their ice is melting because of our pollution. The more that we pollute, the more dangerous our earth can become. You will also see birds here. The birds have probably eaten some sort of plastic that was thrown into the ocean. And then lastly, you will see the fishes here. The fishes have shown up to shore. The reason probably being is because the ocean was polluted and was not safe for them to live anymore. Look at the difference between before and after pollution. So this is in Beijing. Now, on a normal day, this is what Beijing looks like. It is very smoky. And that's the reason because of factories, because of cars, because of many things that create pollution, even fires and trash. Well, at the top right here is what it would look like if there was no pollution. Notice that there's clear skies and it's easier to breathe, and you also don't feel like coughing. Look at the before and after of pollution in the ocean. As you will see right here, it is very green. There's not a lot of trash in there. And then to your left, you will see that there's a lot of trash into the ocean. Sometimes when there's no place to throw trash, a lot of people throw it into the oceans. And this is what starts happening. This will probably also fall into the ocean and affect the animals that live below it. So, what are some things you can do to help? Because we know pollution exists, but what can we do to help? You can help reduce the amount of air pollution by taking public transportation, for example, taking a bus, riding a subway if you live in a big city, reducing the amount of electricity you use. So if you're at home and you see some lights on and no one's in that room, you can turn off the lights. And also recycling. We're going to have a whole lesson on recycling, so I'm going to hold off on saying more about that. Another way that you could also do is riding your bike or walking. Now that we have had to stay home due to coronavirus, a lot of you guys have been biking or walking. What are things you can do to help as well? You can also reduce the amount of water pollution. So if you throw your garbage and waste properly into a trash can and you use water wisely and you don't pour chemicals or paint into the sink or toilet, then you're going to help the oceans. Remember that our trash must go into trash bins, and people come up and pick up the trash waste. Now that's the end of that slideshow. For today's assignment, you will notice that you have a video that says a whale's tail. I'd like you to watch that video. It talks a little bit about pollution and a whale and how he helps save their ocean. Once you have completed the video and you have watched my video, you're going to be completing a pollution assignment. So let's take a look at this. You'll see that pollution's in the middle. It says, what does pollution mean? If you do not remember what pollution means, you can take a look at the PowerPoint video. I will be attaching it to the assignment. Now, I want to show you guys something. You must click on it. Notice that it clicks on the shape. You have to click right in the middle twice, and it takes you to something that says drawing. Once you are here, you will click on here, and it will allow you to type on here. So right here where I say answer here, you could write pollution is and complete your answer. Let's try this again. I'm going to show you one more time. You can click on the shape, double click it twice. It takes you to drawing. You're going to click the middle so that you can start typing. Notice that I have to find, there it is, and now I can start typing. This one says something that is not pollution. So what would not be something that would be considered pollution? Think about that. Share 2 examples of pollution. Oops, I need to correct the spelling here. Let's fix that right now. Share 2 examples of pollution, and what is one thing you can do to help stop pollution? Boys and girls, on Friday, we're going to be talking about conservation, which is ways that we can help. I'm so excited for you guys to learn about this. This is one of my favorite lessons. If you have any questions, you can always ask. I'd be happy to help.